Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network. You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to our show. I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers
on the Coyoteman Show Network. And remember to download the Coyoteman Network channels on Roku, Amazon, Fire TV, and your mobile apps.
Oh, yeah. Woo-woo!
Oh,
You got it, girl.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, today we have a special guest.
Come on.
Do I need to introduce him?
Come on.
He is known as the Coyote Man himself.
Glad to be on y'all show. Glad to be on y'all show. Y'all breaking the books.
Yes, we are.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad to be here.
So we want to break some things with you today.
Come on. We can make it happen. We can make it happen.
Okay, so Coyote Man, how did you get started in this industry?
Well, in the entertainment, I was like 7 years old when I started. I was like,
wow,
rapping and rapping in school. I still remember me and my cousin Gregory was making songs in elementary school. And then from there, when I got into my teenage years, we was like actually doing plays.
Oh, okay.
And then we started doing skits. And we was doing skits on MySpace, YouTube, and then we wound up going to Fox 45, This TV, ABC, and just from there. And then I directed some shows, a lot of local shows in Baltimore, School Court TV, my own the Coyote Man Show, Small Change Court, the Coyote Man Show, the Skit Show, Stop It. That's the reality of it. I helped with all the technical directing there. And what was it? It was a couple of different shows, you know. And so I did a lot of commercials for people to actually keep the shows on, and I just kept moving. We had a spot out on Belvedere, where we had the Chemotap Dynasty out there, and we was doing a similar, not as big as this, and we went out to Crofton, and then we came here. Yeah.
Oh wow! So you had already put your feet in water in regards to radio, TV, and all of that.
Yeah, my feet been soaking in the water for a long time. Been soaking, trying to get that sweat, just soaking my feet.
But I'm amazed that when you were saying that you started so young, and then it just kept going. Was that something that you pretty much always knew that was in you, or someone had to kind of guide you to bring it out?
Well, me and my grandmother. She used to have classical records down in the basement, and I would sit down there for hours and just make pretend I was dancing and sitting at the bar with the malt burn for like hours and talking to imaginary figures and stuff like that. And I would like go through scripts in my head from the time I was a child for like hours. I could be down there like 5 hours. And when I played, even when I played with toys, it was detailed. Like I had full stories and all that type of stuff like that. Even when they got capital punishment, I like taped them up to like rockets and sent them along their way. And Han Solo got frozen and all kinds of stuff, you know, for real. So,
oh my God! So they got punished.
Yep, they got punished. So I was doing all kinds of stuff. I had, you know, just everything that got to do with entertainment, you know, even Barbie, we filed sexual harassment on Ken for all kinds of things that you do as a young boy.
Let me put this disclaimer out there. That's not this Barbie.
Not Barbie Johnson. Barbie. Like, y'all remember Barbie.
That's the doll.
Yeah, that's the doll.
You are pretty.
That's right. Yeah, we ain't never say she wasn't pretty.
Oh my God.
And
okay,
some of your challenges trying to run a TV show and network?
Wow. Well, I just kept moving. It's like as things happen, I don't even know how, all this was totally possible. I just put it out there, and then I just kept moving. Matter of fact, I remember telling Sonji, "Hey, we was gonna do this. We're gonna do something bigger." We was down the hall. I said, "We're gonna do something bigger soon in some years," But it was just like boom, that was there. And that's the same way when we first got on TV. I said like, "Hey, we're gonna be all over, blah blah," and we was like boom, and we was there. So I think when you put stuff in your mind, you kind of like draw in what you actually believe. And, that's what's been working for me. The grace of God.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
The grace of God. Yeah, boo boo. Yes.
Come on.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question in regards to relationships and dating.
Okay.
We were talking about this before.
Now you asked me this. Just to let y'all know, I got a show, Relationships Don't Bust Your Head, that comes on every Wednesday at 9:00. So we actually do.
Oh, is it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday at 9:00. We do our relationship coaching right here. And, we get real deep into it, but I just want to let you know. So she ain't just asked me a relationship question out the blue. But those who actually are tuning in for your first time.
So you hear your question being asked out there. Okay.
No, I mean, what you gotta ask me? Whatever you gotta, I got some.
One myself.
Y'all can fire him. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Important steps people need to make before they get into a serious relationship.
It depends on who those people are. If you're talking about a female, it's different from a male.
Female.
Okay.
No, you should have went with the male.
I know.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. So a female has to she has to take a strong look at herself, right? She got to look at her past relationships, and she has to accept accountability for the part that she played in it. Like most people, and this is people, but we're speaking of the female right now. But most people look at the part that everybody else played in their relationship. You can't grow like that because you're so busy saying, he did this, he did that, he did this. Well, it was something in you that attracted this vessel to you. And it wasn't just your goodness. It was something in you that was broken that actually attracted a broken person, because we actually bring in the energy that we actually are at that present time. So I tell people, I say, look at when you was in your worst relationship, look at where was you? Like, think about in your mind what was going on with your mind, and then you'll kind of figure out how you drew this in. So in the future, you won't draw that in. One reason I say that is because you got to get rid of the baggage before you go to the next person. Men are a little different in that light, you know what I'm saying? They'll go to the next person and leave that stuff, completely behind it by the next day, right? But women pack that with them, and I'm talking about men as men now, but women pack that with them, right? So that first has to be gone. Then secondly, she has to know what qualifies her to get the type of man that she wants, right? So that means she has to be feminine, fit, what you want to call it, friendly, cooperative, which is another word for submissive, right? And this is very, very needed for your value to be at a certain place for a man, that he treats you a certain way because he actually values you. So you need that. You don't need no money. You don't have to have you need money for yourself, right? But you don't need money to get a decent man, because a decent man don't give a darn about your money. He don't care if you flipping fries at McDonald's or if you the next, whatever, because matter of fact, we don't care about your money. Like, you can have it or don't have it, but sometimes when you have it, it might come with an attitude, because you might be some kind of way thinking in your mind that I can control a situation with this money, and it never works. It never works. Or you might be thinking that, now some women will help a person get where they need to get to, and that's all good, but you don't need that. The only qualifications you need is to make sure that you don't have a whole bunch of parties going on in your mind that nobody else is invited to, and
Are you talking about me?
No, hopefully not. And just everybody don't need to see all your darkness while you working on it. So
Right.
so if you know you got jealousy issues, you have all these issues, right? They don't need to be exposed to all of that. They don't need to see the dark side of the moon until you didn't got that pretty much together, right? So you just be your feminine self, because your feminine has more power than anything. So I would say for a woman, tune into your feminines, because it's your greatest power. And any man that is not moved by feminines, don't walk, run, because you're not dealing with a man. You're dealing with a beast.
I want to make this disclaimer.
Yeah.
That the views of the Coyote Man are not necessarily those of the book breakers.
Nah, I know.
but I do agree with what you were saying to a degree about, yes, you have to get rid of the baggage, but not. I'm going back to talk about myself, because I was convicted under that, and I was seeing something in the person that reminded me of the cuckoo pick I had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's when I went and grabbed that and just put it on him like, no, that's what you are doing. So I can claim mine.
So
that is what I did, because that was what I was seeing. I'm saying, wait a minute, hold up. This is him. And I'm seeing him and him. And no, that sent my emotions everywhere, because I know what I went through with the cuckoo pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not want to go through it with this person, but I was hurting him at the same time.
Yes.
Because I was putting the wrong thing on him.
I got you.
And actually, that kind of came over the pulpit. From it, God just spoke, and He said, "You are holding the person to sins that God has already released."
Come on.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, wow, because I was at a point where I was mixed up. I
Gotcha.
wasn't sure, but when you're feeling kind of insecure and you're not knowing, is this the right one or is this not? I mean, you hear something and then you hear something else, and
So you had a party going up in your head, and nobody else was invited. So
No,
a disclaimer. So the disclaimer, even though the views of the book breakers is not necessarily the views of the Coyote Man, but I don't know.
But that's. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I got you. But it's good that you accepted accountability with that, because that's the first step. Now with guys, the question that you asked, the flip it on the guys, it's a whole different, it's another thing, right? A guy has to be on his purpose. He has to know what his mission is. You heard me say something about the woman in submission. Well, a woman cannot submit to something if a man don't have a mission. It's called submission. So that means that she's coming under a mission. If he has no mission, she has nothing to come under but foolishness. So it has to be a man that's driven, and he has a mission. Now she comes under that mission, not as whatever you like, but as a chief general of his, with respect to his position, right? And his respect to her position. So he has to have purpose. He has to be fit, because he might not be the most handsome man in the world, but he has to, or the most built man in the world, but he has to keep himself healthy, because he can't say he loves her and he's just letting himself go all kind of way. He got to keep himself together, just so that they can have proper natural life. He has to be inspired to, like, she should be inspirational, but he needs to be inspired to do great work. So that's how it works together. She's inspirational. He's inspired to build a world for her, right? But he won't build a world for you unless he values you. And he doesn't value you unless his right hand possesses you, right? So you got to understand how that actually works, right? Not controlling, but he has to have a certain amount of control, because you can't protect what you can't control, right? So this this demographic here, we just have to actually like look at when we're talking about male and female relationships, because the new way that we've been doing things has not been working. You know, we have almost a 90% divorce rate in our community, and that's because we decided to do it our way.
Like Burger King.
Yeah. We decided to do it our way. We knew a little bit more than God, you know. So we decided to okay, I'm a rough neck this guy into doing what he's supposed to do, and then oh my bad, and then
I saw a piece
then
of that way.
yeah, go no, that's a little COVID, and he and for a guy, he's going to like he's down with the 50-50, you know. Now that's a problem too. That's why he has to be on his purpose. There's nothing wrong with a woman like helping you, right? But if you don't look at your role, then when she helps you, you don't have gratitude. You look at it as that's what she needs to do. Say, for example, I can cook, right? But if I cook every single day, right? It's like, oh, Coyote cook every single day. It ain't no big deal, you know? But if I cook a certain day, they be like, oh man, he cooked for me, man. I really appreciate that. Well, the same thing with the money. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. Like me, I can't decide one day that I ain't gonna work. Sonji could be, if she took on a job, man, I don't like what them people said. You know, I ain't really feel like I don't got time. You know, she can just boom, right? Because it ain't really her responsibility. But she helps. Her responsibility to help build the kingdom, right? Now, if I have a kingdom of my own, then yeah, that's her responsibility. Because she might help me and she helps to push the kingdom forth. So everybody got to understand the reason why we have roles, right? And what is your part in that? And don't try to create the wheel. Because if you try to create the wheel, you're going to be miserable because it just don't work.
I think some of my challenges in my past relationships, I was controlling and I was very insecure. I wanted to know where you were every minute. And if you didn't call me back, I thought something was wrong.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
That's a problem because you're actually giving people more. You see, when you're that controlling, you're actually giving the person power that they don't supposed to have. Like me, I ain't following you. I ain't checking your phone. I wouldn't walk around a corner. You know why? Because of the fact is, I'm not even giving you the thought that you got that type of control over my mind. Because if I don't want to be with you, I'm just going to separate from you. But if I see you on the phone, I walk out the room. I don't come to you, you know, because I got other things I can do, right? So so a person got to feel a certain way about themselves in order to be able to carry things in a certain way. If you don't feel a certain way about yourself, those insecurities and everything, it'll eat your relationship up for what? For nothing. You know, I had a woman one time, she got on the phone just to mess with me. She got on the phone. She got on the phone. She was like, yeah, I'm speaking to so-and-so. I was like, oh, cool. Listen, I got something to do. I'm gonna go. She like, so she looking all in the room. Is he coming back out? The guy trying to have a conversation with her. She like, I'll call you back. Because the what she was trying to do was get my attention. She wanted to get me jealous. And if she wanted to do that, that's not happening. You know, because I have my own thought process. I'm not being jealous. You know, the only way that you're gonna have an issue with me is if you're disrespectful. You know, because when you start being disrespectful, you coming out your mouth crazy, then I'm separating from you naturally. Because my right hand no longer possesses you, because I'm not going to talk to you crazy, so you darn sure ain't going to talk to me crazy. Because if you talk to me crazy and you my woman, you're going to make my children talk to me crazy because they see you talk to me crazy. And it's a cycle of disrespect. Oh, if the man don't have authority in his house, and that authority is really placed by his woman, it's the woman that pretty much say, if your daddy come home, it's going to be an issue. Like she puts that type of power and fear in place. Now, if she doesn't do that, then what happens when the child becomes a teenager? Now the woman is actually negotiating with her own child, because now that child has become her sister and brother. That child is no longer a child because she never respected the father. So the children now, they don't have no respect for the father, and the father is the only thing that makes them respect her. So now it's to the point where the children, When mommy say something, the children say something. Why? Blah, blah, blah. It wasn't a why when my father was around.
I'm serious.
Because I said so.
Was it a Z or
You
Y?
know, and
You don't ask questions.
You don't ask questions like that, right? And you look at the result. Our children wasn't doing the crazy stuff they doing now.
Absolutely.
They doing it now because they got so many questions. If I told you, hey, look, stop, don't move, right? And you be like, oh, daddy, I can walk, blah, blah, blah. Now you get hit by the car.
Boom.
It's too late to pull it back because I can't protect what I can't control.
Awesome. Awesome thought. I like that. But going back to that part, excuse me. Is that a break time? You want a commercial to save you, don't you? Yes! No! So we'll be right back.
You're watching The Book Breakers on the Coyote Man Show Network.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the Coyote Man Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're watching The Book Breakers on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Thank you for coming back with us and staying with us. We're going to continue with Coyote Man. Excuse me.
Oh, that's all right. Little COVID don't hurt nobody. Remember, little COVID don't hurt nobody.
Yeah, right.
Pass me
Yeah,
back.
right. Well, me too. Keep going.
Don't say me too.
Oh my God.
Put my hands in my pocket. She said me too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, Coyote Man. So we want to know about some of the new shows that are coming up on Coyote Man Network.
Okay, we got She's Not Trending. You know, trendy is nice. It's nice. Y'all about to see it. Y'all about to see these ladies get down. We even got a clip actually on the network, so you can actually check it out. We got What's Up With That. It's a Christian-based show, but they also interview artists. They be on there dropping their information. We got King on there dropping information about the community. You know, they killing it. We also got New Life International Church. New Life International Church, he on here. He's killing it. The guy look like Jamie Foxx. Like,
really?
literally. Y'all gotta have him on your show too. He looks just like Jamie Foxx. He can sing. He's funny. You know, he can act. You know, he's a real good guy. He's putting together right now a series. Okay. You know, so he's loading his series on the spiritual section of the Coyote Man Show Network app. And we got some coming. We got some other ones coming, but they on a secret. You know, until it get here. We got Battle of the Sexes. You know, that should be coming soon as well. But of course, my show, make sure you check out relationships. don't bust my head. Where it's better to be loved than to get your head busted.
Oh, I don't want to get my head busted. I want to keep my head.
Yes.
And the Coyote Man, can you let our audience know about the special events that you have for children on the weekends?
Game day.
Okay, so we have game day that's on Saturday. So they come up here, you know, $20. They can stay all day, play all the daggone video games they want. You know, parents can leave them as long as your kids know how to control themselves. You know, if they're and no, teacher, we ain't talking about you bringing all your school kids up here and acting like you teaching.
I'll bring a whole class.
No, that's no, we won't be doing that. But we also have here we got the Chemotep Foundation, and what the Chemotep Foundation does is one, it teaches children how to do multimedia. And also it supports family that have children that actually was diagnosed with cancer.
Wow.
So if you got any donors out there that want to be help the Chemotep Foundation to support these families, please do.
Yes, yes. Please donate.
Yeah. Shout out to the Coyote Man Show Gospel Drip.
Oh yeah.
This show is awesome, Coyote. Tell them about that show.
Yeah, the Gospel Drip is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You got to check out the Gospel Drip. That's going to also be on the app and everything. They actually interview gospel artists, and I mean it's excellent. You know, the host Monique and what's my brother name?
Mr. Sophista.
Mr. Sophista. You know.
Okay, but let's go back to the relationship. But I want to ask this question in regards to dating.
Okay.
You know, excuse me again. When you kind of meet that person, man or woman, and you get into a relationship, but you're going out, you're out somewhere, and the person comes across like they are. I want to say it without being.
Just be what you want to be. You don't here with the Coyote Man. You know, people expect it to be a little. Yeah, no.
Oh, please.
Come on, just come on out. Just come on, Bobby Johnson. Just pop it on out there.
They're a little shy, but the other person may be a little sneaky.
Okay, now.
So,
no.
What, do you have octopus hands?
No, what you mean by sneaky and what you mean by shy?
Either one. It could be either way. The man could be shy, or the lady could be outgoing, or the lady could be shy and the man could be outgoing. To say it like that, but being sneaky, they'll do things kind of behind your back, or once you turn your head or something. And I'm just
do things like what?
Just trying to get somebody else's attention while they're with you.
Okay, now are you sure this is happening?
That's the question. Hello.
No. I just want to make sure that this is happening because I'm just saying this because of what I have witnessed, right? Sometimes that is happening, but that most of the time is a rare occasion. Now, a guy is if it's a guy, he's gonna notice if another female is there, you know, or he shouldn't be clocking, but you shouldn't have no chains on his eyes neither, you know. So it should be like a mutual thing. If you was me, I wouldn't even notice because I'm looking at her, you know. Now, the thing is, and I'm not giving nobody that type of power. We talked about power again. You know, you give power into your thoughts. Now, if somebody is sitting there and they like,
come on now.
That's time for.
That's the truth.
you know what I'm saying? If somebody doing all that, then okay. But if it's not that obvious, you might be reading too much into things, right? Because people do all kinds of things. They make all type of expressions. And I done seen things where a woman thought that this guy was actually like checking somebody out. The guy can't even see that well. You know what I'm saying? And she like, he blinking his eyes and stuff. And she looking at him like,
Well, he put his contact in?
So you just, He like, what? You know what? But see, that's a good sign for a man, though. To don't walk, run. Don't walk, run. You know what I'm saying? It's like for a woman, if you sitting down there like that, like this, and a man just happened to walk up, let's say he walk up and you're going to notice, right? So you look over at him and you just notice he was there, go back into talking your thing, and the guy said, "Oh, so you just gonna look at the guy? Don't walk, run. Don't walk, run."
That don't necessarily mean that.
That's because
why don't you just get his number? You staring so hard.
Yeah,
why don't you just go in and get his number?
Here you go.
Yeah, any of that extraness, you need to get away because that person has some other issues that don't have nothing to do with you. It's some past issues, right? Most of the time, because if you secure enough in yourself, you feeling about yourself, you don't got to go out with this person again. So if you're feeling a certain way with yourself, if that person really made you feel like that, and you got to make sure that that's what happened, not just this party in your mind. Because if it happened, it's super obvious. It ain't no, I think he was, or I think she was, right? If it's in the think land, let it go. If it's in the no land, you know what I'm saying?
Whistle sound.
You know. So if it's in the no land, that's different. That's a little disrespectful. But do not take it upon yourself to be making a whole bunch of assumptions. You gotta care more about yourself. The more you care about yourself, the less stuff like that is gonna happen. You ever heard somebody say, well, I love myself? Well, people say words that they don't know what it means, right? So love is better defined as maintenance service, right? The emotion that you feel, all that fluffy stuff, is electric motion or emotion, which drives you to love or drives you to hate. So when you look at love as service and maintenance and you say, I love myself, I can tell you love yourself because you maintenance your mind, you maintenance your body, you maintenance your thought, you service your mind, you service your body. So yes, you love yourself. That's the reason why you look like that. That's the reason why you smell like that, is because you're servicing yourself. You know, you're servicing your jealousy. You're servicing the way you respond to people, because you can't handle what you can't exactly know what they're going to say or control what they're going to say, but you can control your response. That's where your responsibility come from, controlling how you respond to things.
Okay, well, excuse me. Now, what if a person deliberately pushing your buttons to get the reaction out of you?
Okay.
Deliberately now.
Okay. Now,
then they go and turn the story the other way when they talk with their friends.
Now, here we go. Now, if this deliberation is real, let's say that this is real.
Is it real?
Let's say this real. Let's say this real. Now, the reason why I say let's say it's real,
this is real,
because a lot of times people would think you're deliberately trying to push their buttons, but they're a walking time bomb, right? Meaning that if you step on any of these landmines, they might just blow up.
How about if we just say it's a combination of the two?
Okay, it's a combination of two.
50-50.
So we got landmine girl, and you got a guy that most of the time this is not so. So when it is so, you dealing with some issues here, because if a guy really wants to just set his woman off, that's not natural. That's why we say most of the time when a woman say, oh, you just trying to push my buttons, that's not the case. But it is some men out here, right, that actually might have some mental issues, right, that would literally try to play with a woman on menopause, or try to play with a woman that is already got all kinds of emotions. That's literal suicide, right? So the average man doesn't try to set off these bombs, even though women might think so. But every now and then you run into that dude that has a couple of mental issues, and he likes to see how he can see how he can play with your emotions. That's the reason why we take it back to self and accountability. You don't have yourself so fragile that somebody can adjust who you are. It's called a drifter. A drifter is one that's controlled by their outside environment. But a person with definite focus is, you ain't gonna control me by what you wanna do. Like, say for example, I'm not checking your phones. I'm not looking to see who you looking at. I could care less, because
what about the answer machine?
No, Tisha,
No
no.
answer machine,
And the thing is, you don't know what this does when you don't do that stuff. It brings your value up. It even makes you feel better about yourself. Like, say if a guy hugs somebody, right? That don't gotta make you feel like, oh, I gotta hug somebody. If you're not a hugger, if you a hugger, then fine, hug somebody. But if that's not you, you don't hug somebody because they hug somebody. You don't play these type of games. In your mind, you be secure about yourself, strong about yourself. Watch that and see if it's hugged. Is this guy friendly, or is he trying to take him to the boom boom room?
At the boom boom room.
But
you know they be doing that stuff as a ploy. Come on.
If you are on every hug, you won't be able to analyze it the way it needs to be analyzed, right? You won't be able to really put it under the microscope and see it for what it is, because they already got your emotions at hug, at first delivery. So you don't need that. You need to be able to study your person. You don't want your person in the dark. I want to see all my person doing, so I know what's up, and I make sure I know what's up. Not what I'm assuming. That's why I want my person to tell me the truth. They could tell me anything, and they know it. They could tell me, oh, I just went with so-and-so. I just went blah, 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 blah. Oh, you did? Yeah, boom. I ain't saying much. Blah, blah, because I'm analyzing. Okay, boom.
So I have a question. It's
Go ahead.
Sanji. All right. My question is, and I'm trying to get it back in my head. So with the jealousy situation, because a lot of people don't know how to control the jealous issues of us outside of them loving themselves, as you were saying. So with the jealousy issues, the reasoning why, and I'm just asking you, Coyote, most people already know that person is what they think. Do you believe that? And that's the reason why, I mean, they already know that, okay, this person is going to be doing these things, but they try to mold them into not doing those things, and that's what sets that's the time bombs.
I believe that definitely has something to do with it. Not in all cases, but in some cases, I believe that has a lot to do with. I think some people will tell you the truth or what you're dealing with, and will you accept the truth, right? Will you actually accept the truth that this woman is like this man is like this? This is how they want to live their life. Are you accepting that, or are you trying to put them inside of your world, even if they told you, this is my world? So if
y'all been doing some talking.
if that, I mean, well,
Barbie, it happens with a lot of couples and a lot of people when they're dating. It's like, if they tell the truth, then later on people think that they can mold them into what they want them to be. And then if they lie, then you get tricked in a situation that you don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? But the attraction is there. But it's just like the maturity level of wherever you want to be, and that other person is not. Y'all not on the same page. Y'all just not on the same page. But y'all try to make each other be on the same page.
Yeah, and sometimes you just gotta know clearly what your person wants out of a relationship. You gotta know who your person is. It might not fit into your box. So if it's not for you, it's just not for you. But it might be for somebody else, because you got different people out here that need different things. You might particularly, I need this. This is what will make me happy. These are the boundaries that I need. I need a man that's going to do this and do this. I need a man that's going to be just faithful to me. Well, I would suggest.
Please.
I would suggest that maybe you get somebody a little aged, right? And a tad unhealthy, right?
Oh,
just throw a little sugar diabetes on it, right? Just no, because the insulin will keep things barely dealing with you. So let's just cut down his health just a little bit, right? Just a little bit, because you don't need that dude that is, whether he nice or good, going to the gym, testosterone. Like, you don't need that, because whether he good or bad, he still has procreation still calling him. He's still, because you got to think about it, there's a difference between you and him biologically. Biologically, y'all are not the same, right? You get an egg once a month, right? He gets 150 million sperm cells once a day. So you got to think about 150 million. That means it would take 30 men to impregnate every woman in the whole world. So in that thought process, you couldn't possibly think that a man thinks like you. The best thing that you could get from a man is the truth. So that way, but it is some men out here, right, that don't have the same. Just like if you look at in the lion world, right, you got some lions that's like rah, and then you got some lions that don't have the same amount of testosterone as other lions, right? You might need yourself a little Tony lion, you know, because you might be at the stage of your life that you need this lion right here.
Lion to be king of the jungle.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. Well, that guy, you better turn your head a little bit, you know, because Mr. King Sling-a-ling-ling, you know, he might love you, but he's still a man, you know, and you have to keep it, and you can't keep him together with control, because that type of man will not be controlled. He's not beta, you know, so he's an alpha. That's the reason why you actually like him. He's trying to build something. He's trying to make stuff happen. And a man like that is not a female, right?
So what if we get a gym pass together?
They don't include you.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
They don't include you.
Hold up. We got something going on here. Now, it's nothing wrong with that. A man should work out with his woman. He should want to mate in you. He should want to love you. He should want to see you. You're an investment. So that means that he got to look at you every day. So he should want you to be in that gym working it out. And you should want him to be in that gym literally working it out. So it's nothing wrong with together. It's just that don't have no unrealistic requirements. You know, get your man to tell you as much truth as possible. And even if he start telling you something crazy, you know, like, well, girl, I don't, you know, say, it's just you. I don't even look at it enough. Sir, let's talk, you know, for real, let's talk. You can tell me the truth, because I feel better when a person tell me the truth. You have to, it reminds me of Queen Jackie on our show. She said, you have to be able to give a man a space, a safe space to be honest.
To catch all this.
A safe space to be honest. Oh, I'm glad you wasn't talking about spit, because I thought you was. Don't worry. When you start coughing, we're no. You know, I'm trying to drop the Holy Ghost on you.
Just breathe.
Okay. All right. I got you. He needs a safe space, right, to actually be able to tell you the truth. If he don't have that safe space, you got yourself a liar inside that house, and he's going to keep lying to you because he thinks that's what he has to do to protect you. You don't want that. It's better for him to tell you the truth so you can make a decision on how you want to live your life. Truth is better. Trust me. Truth is better every time.
Yeah, give me the truth. Even if it hurts.
Even if it hurts.
The truth will set you free, right?
The truth will set you free.
Well, you might leave, though.
Okay.
I'll believe it.
It might just set you free, or it might just make you stay. Yeah. You might decide that, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a common denominator in this situation. It seems like it always ends up like this, or maybe, you know, maybe I don't got this thing completely the way I need to be, or maybe this is just not my type of man. I might need you a little older, a little sicker.
No sick.
No sick.
A little. Because actually, he could even be filled up, holy and sanctified. But if he's a filled up, holy and sanctified lion, right? The usher boy might have a problem.
You said lion?
Lying. Not. We don't want him lying. We don't want him lying. That's the whole thing. We don't want him lying. Because when a person tells you the truth, right? If a man or a woman, if they tell you the truth, you might not like what they saying, right? But you can kind of like adjust that, because now you're making a decision. Now you're free to make a decision. I'ma stay or I'ma leave, right? And the only way a man gonna tell you the truth, a man gotta love you to tell you the truth. Like, he gotta really love you to tell you the truth. You know, it's things I told Sonja I ain't want to tell her, right? But I
wish you would have kept it to yourself.
Yes, I know.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Because I value her, I gotta tell her the truth. Hey, that's what the situation is. Blah 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 blah. That's value. If I ain't value her, keep up the lie. You know?
No, tell me the truth. I can
Tell you the truth, book breaker. You can take it better. You can take the truth better. All women can take the truth better. No woman wants to be really lied to. No matter how she responds from the truth, the lie. You don't have nothing when that lie is there. You know, you just don't have nothing. But some women and some men constitute the lie. They make it known that that lie needs to be there. And I'll show you how. How a man makes it known that the lie needs to be there. Because if I catch you doing something, I don't know. I really don't know what I might do. I might just,
I'm
that
saved. I might get the frying pan.
Yeah, that dude, and that female might need a liar too. Might need a liar too. But anyway, didn't y'all have y'all wanted to know my story about I told you.
Because we had heard that you didn't like to go to the movies by yourself. So
That's right. That's right. So we definitely ended there, right? I never really went to the movie by myself. You know, I just lost my mother in January, and I probably at the most went to the movies 10 times without her in my life, right? Me and my mother was real close, still real close, right? But one day, I decided I wasn't in no relationship. The fellas wasn't around. And I decided I was going to go to the movies by myself. Okay. I said, Coyote, you can go to the movies. You're an extrovert, but you can go to the movies by yourself. What could possibly go wrong? You know? What could possibly go wrong? People go to the movies by themselves, so I pumped myself up. Went to the movies by myself. Can't remember what I was seeing, but I didn't really watch most of the movie because of what actually happened. So I got me this big orange soda. I sat the soda right beside me where I normally do, and I sat down next to this white man, you know? Only reason why I mention it, because it is a part of the story. Now, this white man happens to look big for no reason. He is WWE big, you know, his muscles big, his chest big, legs big. It looked like he need 3 chairs, right? And of pure muscle, right? And his face just, chiseled, like, cause there's even muscles coming out of his neck. You know what I'm saying? He got the neck muscle, neck muscle. So I start drinking my soda, and every time I drunk my soda, he gonna look at me like, so, like the black man can't drink? You know what I'm saying? So I start drinking more, and he like, I said, yo, you might be big, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, but you don't know me like that. I'm from Baltimore. So make me get Baltimore-ish, right? So he constantly, every time I take a drink, he get angry. I said, okay. So I'm saying, okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. He gonna stand up. I'm gonna kick his knee. I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm gonna grab his neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about all these moves. I got him down pat. You know what I'm saying? He gonna punch here. I'm here. I'm going to the eyes. Like, I'm thinking about all this stuff, right? I said, he thinks because of the fact that he's big, he's gonna chump me. I'm black, but I can't drink an orange soda. Is that bad? Is this where racism then went now? I can't drink an orange soda. Do you know who you're dealing with, right? So I got to, when I get to the end of the soda, I start getting that slurping with the ice, right? I start slurping. So when I start slurping with that, so he stood up. So I said, oh no, he did. And he like, I was like, so I standing up right next to him. I was like, I'm shaking the ice. And I'm like, yeah, come on, move, you racist. And I'm ready. I got myself to the point when I'm ready to tear him up. And then I look down on my side and see that I left my soda there the whole time, and I was drinking soda. So normally I would be strong, but when I realized I'm wrong, I got weak. I said, please don't kill me. I was like, I grabbed the soda. My hands are shaking like this now. My hands shaking like this because he wasn't a racist one. I'm in his face. And he like, so I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you want my, I turned into a complete girl. You want my soda? I shake it up. I'm trying to shake it up so my soda be extra cold. Extra cold. He didn't like that at all. He didn't appreciate my generosity. He was like, ah, ah, ah. And then he went out of there. Now I gotta go home now. I stayed in there a couple hours. I'm scared to death. You know what I'm saying? I'm peeking around a corner, all that stuff. Even when I'm driving home, I'm normally looking to see if the police behind me, but I'm checking to see if he behind me. You know what I'm saying? But
oh my God.
I really don't go to movies by myself. And I haven't been to movies by myself since.
And we understand.
You understand. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's what happened. That's what happened. If that man is out there, I'd like to say, I'm sorry. I'm doing bigger things now. The next soda is on me. Just come up here and you can drink my soda. Matter of fact, I get a soda just so you can drink it, so we can be like even. Because I don't want to see you nowhere. Because I'm over that little weakness, and I done practiced some extra stuff. You know, even some of this. So don't be coming at me with all that. You know. But anyway, I do apologize for real. I do apologize.
Oh Jesus.
I do apologize.
Oh God.
And the Coyote Man.
Yes.
Do you plan on writing any relationships books this year?
God.
Well, I'm working on a relationship book. Me and my brother Ramsey called Nature, and a book called Balance. Right. Okay. But we just constantly working on it because we seeing that it's a need to solve a lot of different things. So we definitely working on it. Definitely working on it.
Well, we have a publisher in the house.
Come on, I know Bobby Johnson is
relationship book.
Yeah, and we talking about this Bobby, right? This Bobby Johnson, not that other Bobby, not that other Bobby to be messing with Ken. We just want to make sure we clarify what Bobby we're talking about, like at the beginning of the show. But I thank y'all for having me on y'all show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You hilarious. We're the book breakers. See you next week.
Oh yeah, we love you, y'all.
We always tell you to accomplish your dreams.
Come on.
Keep dreaming.
Oh my God. Oh God.
No movies by myself.
You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network.